have them present to their class about their dream box, and they'll tell you, oh, well, I want a car because I've always liked this car, and they have these fancy houses. And then we asked them the question, well, how do you think you're going to make that happen? Right? And we talked about their career choices and talked to them about, stepping out of the danger. We bring in the parents, and we talk to them in Spanish, to the extent that they need to speak in Spanish. And we tell them about what to look for. Like, go through your children's backpacks, look at what they're writing, look to see who they're hanging out with, how long is it taking them, right? We have a greeter program that's made up of the teachers and parents where the kids get greeted in the morning, because it makes a difference.
Oh,
we
yeah.
get to school and they say, oh my God, ¿cómo estás? Hola, besitos, estás tu tarea,
It
right?
will lift the spirits up.
yeah,
at the end of the day. The fact that you're being acknowledged, and
Right.
yeah.
That somebody actually cares.
It's like when you go to church and they say hi to you, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I mean, I feel
They know my
important.
name.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
nobody does that. I mean, en México es muy común. Tú en México miras a alguien en la calle y buenas tardes, buenos días.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's very common here. It's like we kind of like get on our phones and like, oh shit. I don't know.
And you can tell when somebody is
Yeah.
from Mexico and somebody's from here. When that happens,
Yeah.
I was walking
Yeah.
down the street and some little maybe 12, 13-year-old guy goes, Buenas tardes, señor. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this guy's not from here.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
the kids from here are not used to doing that.
Yeah, no, they're on their phone.
Yeah,
you
they're on
know.
their phone,
They'll
or
text
they don't,
you,
or they
"Buenas
just walk by
tardes."
and they give you the look, but away, me saludo. No,
It's a polite thing
Yeah.
to do. I mean, you're walking
Yeah.
down the street.
and it's one of those things we have to. Everything starts at home. We got to change those morals. We got to teach people how to say hi, good morning, hey, how you doing, stuff like that. So it's one of those things that community engagement, bringing back after school programs, bringing back all these things that'll
Right.
bring up the spirits, bring up the people. We don't have any more of the after school programs at the rec centers at Salvador Park, Memorial Park. Jerome Park, we don't have none of that stuff.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to have all that stuff,
Right.
and my mom would drop me off, probably just to babysit me, right?
No, but
Used to
that
swim
was-
at Salvador Park,
Yeah.
swim at Memorial,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, when we got in trouble between 3 and 5 p.m., that's when somebody got
Precisely.
shot. That's when we got jumped. That's when
Right
because
after school, yeah.
mom and dad were home by 5:30. So as
Yeah.
long as you were home before that, you're okay. But what were you doing in between that? There was a lot of stuff going
Yeah.
on.
It's the latchkey
Keep 'em
If
busy.
there wasn't something else going on.
Yeah, keep them busy.
Right.
No, and sports. I say sports and activities like that. Think together
Right. We have
and
some
you
great
got the
programs
Boys
out
and
there.
Girls Club. I mean, you have all these other clubs out there that's just doing great things.
TKO.
AISS,
TKO boxing.
AISS, TKO boxing, boxing, and it's everything. It's not just sports. I mean, look at AISS. They focus on the STEM program. You got these
Right.
kids that AISS has sent people to
Mhm.
George Washington,
MIT.
George Washington
Right.
Law School.
Wow.
MIT. I mean, there was a kid that graduated with a PhD from MIT and is now currently working with MIT as
That's
a
awesome.
liaison for MIT.
Hispanics.
Y salió
Yeah.
de la ciudad de México, de Santa Ana High School, with a
Yeah.
5.6, 10.0 GPA. This guy's just smart.
That GPA
Yeah.
didn't exist.
No, I mean, seriously, this guy's
Like,
just
we
like-
were
But
limited
MIT
to-
MIT.
And it was,
I know,
and it was
that's
that program
amazing.
AISS that put him on that roadmap
Yeah.
to get to MIT.
Our kids are
Because to get
bright.
MIT is
Yeah.
tough, man. They don't just take anybody,
No.
man. That's a tough
But
school.
the
and
potential's there.
It's there, and we have the potential here.
Yes.
So I'm hearing maybe also working with the Santa Ana School District as well too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I've always seen the little, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, you got Santa Ana School District doing their thing, you got the city of Santa Ana, and I remember for a while that was our slogan, like education first, and
yeah.
all of a sudden it disappeared. So I think that would be an awesome thing to go back and really show the unity between the Santa Ana School District and the city of Santa Ana to do what's best for the folks here in Santa Ana.
Yeah.
Right, and you bring up a really good point, not only with SAUSD, but with our community colleges,
Yeah,
right?
Santa Ana College, of
We
course.
do have
yes,
pathways
yes,
where we're
yes.
actually, tapping into the kids a little earlier than we
Yeah.
used to, right? Asking them what their choices are, career choices, what they want to do. Because
Yeah.
college might not be for everyone as we know it, the traditional AA or your BA or your JD. But there are so many different trades.
Yes.
Culinary school. I mean, you name it.
Mechanics, there's
That
going to
pay
be a
really well.
big demand for mechanics, plumbers,
Plumbers.
electricians.
Right.
And Century High School has a framing class where they teach you how to frame a house.
Right.
They're still going to be building, so
Yeah.
you're absolutely
Well,
right.
the framing's changing. It used to be wood, now it's metal.
Yeah.
Now changing it to
Well,
metal.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so that's one of those things.
But no, but you're right. It's giving those traits and everything. So, well, I know you got a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of
Yes, we
campaigning
got a
going.
good
We
campaign.
really appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you very much,
So
Claudia.
AlvarezForMayor.com.
Dot
AlvarezForMayor.com,
If you want
guys.
to volunteer, give us money, vote for us.
Todo,
That's the number
todo
one
lo
thing.
que quede, digo.
See.
not go knock on doors, go do all that good stuff. Are you guys passing out like café con leche or anything, or
You know,
some?
COVID has really restricted
Yeah,
our
it's
activities.
changing.
It's been difficult to
Yeah.
campaign, right? Or traditional ways of campaigning.
a different-
I love to walk.
Yeah.
I love to knock on doors. We're not necessarily
Now it's
knocking.
more social
We're
media than
broken
anything.
lid, social
Yeah.
media. We talk to people that are out on the street, of course, or they're working on their yards, right? And we're doing a lot of other things. It's a lot of campaign secrets. I would have to kill you. if I
No,
told
but I
people.
see your signs all over the place, so I
Well,
think you're doing a great job, and
Thank you.
we're really wishing everybody the best of luck, and
Thank
we're
you.
excited for what Santa Ana has for the future. So.
Yeah.
Yes. One last message.
Sure.
Shop in our businesses. Our businesses need it. They are the lifeline of Santana.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're hurting because of COVID. They closed for 90 days. We have the protest. They have to board up. Then they have to close again. And I will tell you, some of our businesses are getting intimidated because of my political signs. Grow up. Right?
Yeah.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
So to that extent, please go and shop in our businesses, and let's get them back into the economy so that we could all survive. in
Shop
Santana.
Santa Ana, guys.
Shop Santana.
Shop
Yeah.
Santana.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely,
Santana.
definitely.
All right. Well,
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you very
Claudia.
much.
Gracias.
Are we going to commercial or?
No, COVID no.
Okay.
COVID.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Claudia. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you at the next event or whatever's going on, and we wish
Yes.
you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you so much. Maybe we'll come celebrate when I'm the
There
first
you go.
mayor.
We'll be celebrating.
Gracias.
Yes.
Para eso siempre no fallamos, you know that.
The
we're-
celebrations, we're always at
Free
those.
booze, free food, we're gonna be there right away, you know what I mean, so.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Claudia, thank you.
Thank you.
There you
Thank
go,
you very
guys.
much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Claudia Alvarez, looking to become the first Latina woman to become mayor in the city of
First woman.
Santa Ana,
Yeah.
so that would be awesome, and I think that'll send a trend to the future of other politics.
Of course.
And politicians here in Santa Ana, so.
Yeah.
Gracias, Claudia, for everything. Good luck with everything. So, Mr. Luis, show us the COVID-19 we've been talking about. We've been keeping up with the numbers, and
Yeah.
I still see some cases out there of people still being affected,
Well,
being
It
posted
looks
on
it looks
Facebook.
like our fearless leader of the United States has recovered from COVID, right?
That's if I don't know how he recovered in 2 days. I mean, well, anyways, that's if he had it or not. I mean, to me, that's my concern. Is right. I mean, I saw that first video. I mean, he was struggling to breathe, but here is what I
He's
tell-
trying to break está gordo, güey, por eso.
What I tell people is this: is like I think America's losing in this election. I'll tell you why. Because we've gotten to that point that there has to be something going on during an election year to make it political and get votes. It's no longer about the people. And I hope both sides realize that, like, you know, if you're fighting with somebody that's Republican or Democrat, you know, talking about pro-abortion, I mean, come on.
Did you
guys.
see the vice presidential debate where they were saying already that are they going to sign something that if the presidents are not capable of doing their job, the vice president can take over right away? You didn't see that? So
No.
le preguntaron a los dos, a Kamala Harris y al que se le paró la,
Los dos están viejitos.
al
I
que se
mean,
le paró
Joe-
la mosca.
That was funny. I mean, but I think that the Mosca is the one that won the debate that
Yeah.
day. Cause
So they asked them that if
if
there
it
was
would have
something
been
in
brown
place.
hair, we wouldn't have seen the Mosca. But it's white hair that you just got that thing. I kept doing this at the TV. I'm like, fucking Mosca. Why did I go pero no se movía,
Pero
güey.
Everyone
they
does.
asked if they had something in place because Joe Biden's 78, Trump is 74. So if they become where they can't operate, they can't do anything, is the vice president ready to take over right away? So that's interesting enough. What happened? You know, what would have happened if all of a sudden that happened? And what
If that happens, then we'll have another moment in history that we'll be living. I think at the end of the day, we just got to look at the writing on the wall and where it's going. Right now, everybody's talking about how great America is, and all I see on Facebook is Republicans and Democrats going on each other
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
just not liking each other because of pro-abortion or not for abortion. And I'm like, come on, you know.
That's
what I
very.
mean?
That's
You
one
know?
of the controversial.
That's it. I mean,
topics.
that the abortion thing is one big thing, you know. But anyways, what we're
Climate
gonna-
change too.
Climate
something
change.
else.
Yeah. So COVID numbers, guys. In the United States, we have 7.85 million cases of COVID-19, and we have 215,000 people that have passed away. 215,000. California, we have 860,000 cases. We have about 16,600 people that have passed away from COVID. Orange County, 57,595, and we have 1,341 people that have died of COVID in OC. Santana keeps going up a little bit. We're at 293
It's 16 different
16.
than last
In 2
week.
weeks.
in 2 weeks.
This
We
was
did-
10.
because we didn't do it last week.
And
'cause
this
we
was
were,
7.
We didn't do it last week because we weren't here. We were at the ribbon cutting.
That's right.
And we have 10,763 cases in Santana. So
With 7, 10, 16.
yeah, so
It's like-
about 8.
8 a week.
So
Eight
the
weeks.
average is about, I would say about maybe.
And of course, you
11.
guys saw that we had a COVID survivor, Ruben Mata, come on last Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he talked about how his experience has been after COVID, how people now have
The stigma, how people are so afraid, living
Yeah.
in fear that his own friends or family didn't want to be around him because they thought he was contagious. But, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw him, I'm like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" He's like, "I think." He gave me a big old hug. I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?"
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Doesn't mean you can't use the precautionary measures.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with washing your hands. Again, you should be washing your hands regardless of what's going on. There's more bacteria out now. A lot of people don't understand that with this whole weather change and everything, all the ice that's melting. There's a lot of bacteria that was trapped in that ice.
What
Believe it or
ice?
not, and the glaciers that are melting. There was a
Is
lot
that
of
the one that
Icebergs.
knocked down the Titanic?
No way, the icebergs that are there, that are literally melting. Because believe it or not, the ocean level is actually growing. 'cause
Did you
of
cry
ice.
during the Titanic song?
No, hell no, dude.
Just wondering.
You knew they were gonna die. It's not a spoiler alert. We all knew they died. I was like,
Because you asked this way.
no, man.
Aw.
I would have, if I was Jack, I would have been like, sorry. Psh. Nah, just kidding. It's a love story. But anyways, they're releasing viruses as well.
I thought you were going to say you're releasing Titanic too.
That's gonna go out.
The return of
The
DiCaprio.
The inflatable.
He added scuba gear.
The inflatable version. The underwater version. That's the stuff, dude.
No estaba muerto, andaba de parranda.
Andaban
güey.
abajo, Titanic Part 2. If it didn't work the first time, it will not work the second time again. No, it was like, I saw Titanic at the movie.
How many times did you see it?
I've seen it a lot of times because it comes out, it's actually a
No.
fun movie to
How
watch.
many times did you see it at the movie theater?
Once.
I went like 3 times.
Really?
Aw.
To me, it was funny because when people were like, when the boat's doing this, and then people were like falling and hitting the I thought that was like, see, I was not the only one to laugh. Like the way they bounce, I was like, oh shit! Like I don't know if it's me and I'm in that boat. I'm looking for something to float, and I'm on that water. You know what I mean? That's just my thought process. But again, you got to be in that situation.
You're going to feel like a pinche boli, güey.
I don't care, but the todos modos, you're most likely to survive in the water on top of something than. Even though the water's very cold, it was freezing.
Freezing.
But you were gonna go in the water anyways, right?
Anyways, why are we talking about Titanic?
You're the one that brought it up. How many times did you cry?
All 3 times.
All
I saw it
3
3
times?
I saw it 3 times.
Mas. You knew they were gonna die. I mean, come on. It's
It was
like
sad, dude.
we all learned that in history. What was said about it? Like
Sad.
what I liked was
Se
the
murió
musicos.
DiCaprio.
The musicos were getting down. They kept playing too.
They kept playing.
Yeah, they kept playing.
Lalo, Lalo Mora.
Pinche banda ahí. Traemos de amargo de agua. Anyways, those are the COVID-19 guys right there.
So Thursday, guys, 6 o'clock.
Thursday,
Propositions.
6 o'clock, propositions, and Dodgers said, all right, let's go.
Dodgers.
Not just kidding. No, we do wish luck to the Dodgers.
No, we don't.
Am I going to get part of the dinner?
I got a bet going.
Am I getting dinner for it?
No, I'm just gonna get my money back. I bet I
Oh,
lost.
now give me tacos. All right. Well, let's go, Braves. Anyways,
It was 2-0. Let me give you guys an update. It was 2-0 earlier. Let me
it's
see.
probably 5-0 now.
Let me see.
Who's pitching? Kershaw? It's
No, 6-0.
6-0. ¿Qué te iba a decir?
No, not yours.
Wow.
No, Kershaw got back spasms. Couldn't pitch today.
Oh,
He choked again.
6-0 in the 6th inning.
So cute at Kershaw.
Wow, that sucks.
That sucks.
It's going to be a lot of sad people.
Dave Roberts, goodbye.
See you later. All right, guys, that's it for today's show. Don't forget it. You heard it here on
Thursday.
FTP.